Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Reality TV Africa. I'm back with another review for Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, episode 8. Guys, when an episode starts with a disclaimer, just know it's about to go zam. And I'll just rate the episode and then we'll get right into things. So I'll give this episode an 8. Last week's episode was really good for me, but also this one had a lot of things going on. All the scenes that we watched and every single conversation that we saw made sense and had a reason. Even if it was like stretched in terms of a scene, it was worth the stretch. It had a good mix of drama, a good mix of humor, a good mix of a good mix of everything, mix and matched in it, because these ladies are a dynamic group. They're ladies from across South Africa and Real Housewives. So there's bound to be clashes here and there and jaw-dropping moments. Guys, let's get into it. We get back into the whole dinner that we get off the back of last episode. Mel and Bev are going at it, and Mel goes deep with it and calls out Bev's daughter situation, that Bev's daughter had an affair with Bev's ex-husband, and then of course F-bombs are thrown around between Bev and Mel walks off and she's really heated and upset. And then now we see Lassie pull Lundi to the side, and this moment for me was so fun. It was so fun to watch. I mean, if I was Lundi and I've come late from the trip, I would want Lassie to be the one to give me the update. And the fact that it was being said in Zulu, too bad I don't understand Zulu, but I watched the subtitles. But I know there's a lot of nuances we were missing in between with the translation, with the subtitles. But anyway, we got the gist of it. It was funny, it was fun. Lassie is so animated. I love that. I love that about her. Then that's that, and we see the next morning Crystal walks back into the villa. She's just come from her night of debauchery with Sebastian, her boy toy, who she met on Tinder, and she's met at the door by Alton, and she's updating Alton on how she met Sebastian's family, and she stayed over and had the best time. And Alton, by the way, at this point is kind of getting on my nerves. He's being very judgmental and very, very judgy. I mean, even came up when he was having that conversation with Mel at the kitchen, and he was saying, she got a bit out of hand. She looked like she wanted to hit someone. Like, he's coming off as too judgmental. We get it. He needs to give his opinion because he doesn't know these ladies. And if you watch the franchises across the world for the Ultimate Girls Trip, the butler or the manager of the villa or whatever the case, the person who's kind of like managing the itinerary and stuff, is very much a part of the show, like the lady, not as big as the ladies, but he has a role of some sort. But Alton is coming off so judgy. He got personal with Mel about her, upbringing, her family. And anyways, he's judgmental to me. It's getting on my nerves a bit. I don't know. Guys, chime in. What do you think of him? I don't know. Tell me what you think. Personally, he's getting on my nerves. Then we see Lassie, Lundi, and Letabo on the beach, working out or whatever that was. I mean, Lundi and Lassie did work out. Letabo just was mucking around. She admitted she doesn't work out. I mean, she has her surgery done. Anyways, the convo that they had was what was of interest to me. The fact that Letabo is outrightly calling Mel racist based on her statements so far, like, your mouth is moving like a rat, yappa, 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 which is a trending clip. We've seen it on the internet. And the other of not today, Satan. That's pretty much what Letabo is going off of, which doesn't seem like that. It doesn't give racist. It's actually not racist if Letabo took the time. But like Lundi called it out, it seems like Letabo is coming in to this with preconceived notions. Letabo is defending herself and saying, no, I gave her a chance, but she did and said what she said, and now, to me, that's what it is. She's racist, to me. she said it. But Lundi is like, girl, are you sure that's what she is? Because she's not giving me those vibes. I think Lundi just wants to come in the positive vibes and then want to spoil the energy, right? But when they played that clip from Casablanca, yo, that one to me just was like, Mel, it's not a good look, especially the statements she made against black people and their business acumen or something. They're not good with business. It's just the way they are. That was a lot, and quite frankly, a bit troubling to hear. Look, on one hand, I agree with Lundi. Letabo did come in with preconceived notions. She was jumping around even with her statement in terms of when Lassie said, I decided I'm not going to go do my research, I'm just going to come in clean, know you face to face or face value. And Letabo was like, yeah, you're right, I didn't do that, but I did. Because, I'm in current affairs, I guess she was talking about her radio show. But you're jumping around with it, you're not giving real facts. The only fact that you're going off of is the Casablanca, which was for sure a very, very crazy thing for Mel to say. And just off of that, it's giving prejudiced and racist undertones. But of the way she's been acting to them, she's pretty much, I think, just a mean girl to all of them, including Bev, including who's white, who else who's white? Well, she's friendly with Crystal. But anyways, Mel's beef with Bev, I don't understand it. I want to understand it. Everybody, if anybody knows it, tell me. But the other interesting thing that they mentioned, that was before Letabo joined them, Lassie and Lundi. They were talking about Madame, and I'm guessing at this point they're talking about Madame Evodia. Apparently, Madame Evodia was meant to be on the cast, but at the last minute or something to do with she didn't want to fly, I don't know, business or fast. She wanted to fly first class. That's what she's used to. I guess she, bailed out on that fact, and they were insinuating that Letabo replaced Madame. I mean, Madame would have been an interesting personality to add to this already very hot wired crew of ladies. But anyways, I guess maybe the next installment, if they work out those issues that Madame had with the production, or maybe not, I don't know. Madame doesn't seem pressed to be there. I think even the way Lundi was just looking at Letabo in that scene, like, girl. Even in the confessional, they should side by side of Letabo and Lassie, and they were like, girl, that explanation doesn't really, it's not explanationing. You get what I mean. Mel is catching up with Piet on camera, video call, and you can tell her energy is low, and she's just, she's not happy with how things went the night before. It really weighed on her. And Pete is, what I like about their relationship is he cancels her, he grounds her. I like that. I mean, I don't see what the other ladies are seeing in terms of controlling and she's obsessed, or she loves her husband. It's okay. He's the only person in the world who she trusts with her life. So, but he talks in parables and phrase. What do I call them? Like he talks in quotes and parables, and what's the word I was looking for? I wrote it down. Analogies. He uses a lot of analogies. Well, when he talked about Bev and how Bev is troubled and how, trouble follows her, like, she's had a string of husbands, I don't know how many, the whole thing with her daughter. I mean, I can kind of see where he's going with it, But again, it's just his theory of Bev, you know, it's not factual in terms of like, that's the reason she's like that. Because he kept saying somebody who's so big with Christianity has a lot of, you know, issues in their life. I can say this. I can relate to the fact that I've seen people who are like that, people who lean too much on the Christianity and, you know, Bible thumpers and things like that. Those people are usually the most, they have like a lot of character flaws, I'd say, and I've experienced this myself. So I kind of tend to kind of see where he's going with it, but then again, I don't know if it's factual about Bev because I don't know Bev. They seem to know Bev. I want to understand how and where they know Bev from to make all these conclusions. I really wish there was a reunion for Ultimate Girls Trip. I don't know if they'll make an exception, but a lot has been said about Bev, and I'm starting to wonder, especially when we come to the last bit. And yeah, let's get to it. Anyway, Piet and Mel are very invested in Bev's life. I don't know why, for whatever reason. Anyway, Crystal is updating Lassie on, you know, her night with Sebastian, how she met the parents and the family, the sister, everyone. And Lassie is just, how do I say? Lassie is a very smart girl. You know, she's the kind of girl who, she could be your friend on face value, but her thoughts or what she's thinking of you are different from how she's presenting. And Lassie is indulging her and laughing and high-fiving her, but in the confessionals, she's throwing a bit of subtle shade. I mean, even when she was updating Lundi about Crystal, she's like, yeah, Crystal is a celebrity in her head. So there's those things that Lassie will say, and we'll only know about them in the confessionals, but when it comes to face, she's giving you, you know, the Lassie, the funny, the animated, the hilarious, that's the Lassie you'll get. And that's the thing I think Nonku has a deeper problem with Lassie. What you see is not what you get. I'll say that. But Lassie is a fun time. She's a fun girl. She's a bit prudish. No, she's a prude. Let's just keep it 100. But she's fun. She's a fun time when it comes to just, you know, easy fun convo. When the drama pops off, Lassie's lips are sealed. That Alton conversation with Mel, he kept asking her, like, didn't you eat? Why did you eat that big piece of cake? You look like things were gonna get out of hand. You look like you were gonna hit someone. Like, I feel he's too judgy, and I'm getting over his commentary at this point. But anyway, guys, you tell me what you think. Is he like, cut out his beats from now on, guys, production. Anyway, maybe it's too late, but I'm over him. And then Liz, Nonku, and Bev, they go water rafting. And on the van right there, they're just talking about the night before, and Nonku is telling the ladies she bumped into Mel, and Mel looked a mess, like she did not sleep, she had a rough night. And Mel did say, yeah, she had a rough night, and Nonku offered up a hug to her. I mean, she said she looked like she needed a hug. And Bev is a bit taken aback, like, really? All the same, they go, before they get on the boat, was it before or after? Anyway, they have a conversation, and Liz tells Bev that she met her daughter. Her daughter walked up to her somewhere where she was, and she said, "Are you the lady from GQ, Real Houses of GQ?" She said, "I'm Bev's daughter," and Liz said she was there with a very older man. Now, I'm wondering if this older man is Bev's ex-husband, because we did hear the rumors from Bev's castmate, Tato, that Mel's daughter did have an affair with Bev's ex-husband. Luckily, I don't think that's the daughter's dad, biological father, just a man that Bev was married to. Nevertheless, Bev seemed very hurt by that. I think her relationship with her daughter has crumbled, and I don't know if they're even in talking terms. But she seemed a bit distraught hearing that news. But anyway, Liz just said, I didn't want to hold this in. I just wanted to let you know because we're friends. I met your daughter. She came up to me and introduced herself. That's all she told her. And then, yeah, Nonkud updates them on, her history with Lundi and where they may be at now. And she admits that, their beef was based off the fact that, Nonku had a long-standing issue with Annie Mthembu, and Lundi is Annie's friend. And at some point, during this season 3, Nonku didn't stand up for Lundi when she was getting attacked by Sane at that event in the earlier episodes. Anyway, watch the episode, you'll see all that. And yeah, so Nonku is like, look, I will always defend someone when it comes to a man. Of course, she had to show her that she can defend, Lundi despite their issues. And they have issues. It's a fact. They are not friendly, It's interesting that Nonku called herself the queen and wondered why, the producers of Ultimate Girls Trip brought 2 castmates of hers who are currently not on the show. And she was like, I wish Jojo was here. It would have been a good time. And Liz is like, girl, if Jojo was here, I don't even think you'd have given any of us a chance, which I think is true. Because, they're cliquey. They're very cliquey, And of course, Nonku was like, maybe you're right. And, she's saying, Liz, you remind me of Jojo. But Liz is like, no, I'm way crazier, which is true. Liz is hilarious. Liz is fun. She's a girl's girl. I mean, the times flirting with men, all that's so much fun. So we're back at the villa and the ladies sit down to have lunch. Mel has definitely been keeping away from the ladies, but I mean, these scenes are orchestrated in a way that they have to come together as a collective. And this is the first time we're seeing Lundi and Nonku in one place together, because remember, Lundi arrived the episode before, the night before, and up until then, I don't think, maybe they'd come face to face off camera, but this is the first time we were seeing them on camera together. And the shade already began, and Nonku is asking Lundi where she was, and she's like, did you want to make a grand entrance? And Lundi claps back with, oh, I see you've changed your face. I mean, this is gonna be interesting. But nevertheless, there's a conversation that they had in the previous scene, the 3, Bev, Liz and Nonku. And Nonku talked about the reason that Lundi wasn't there was because of visa. But let me correct you guys. Even in Kenya, you don't need a visa to go to Jamaica. Jamaica is visa free, even for South Africans. So that visa story, not adding up. Anyway, we hope we'll get to the bottom of that eventually. Now, the ladies start throwing each other under the bus. It felt to me like people were hell-bent on breaking friendships and alliances. Liz started the whole train by accusing Mel of no, what did she accuse? What did Liz say? Hold on, I have my notes. Oh yes, Liz says that Crystal accused Mel of giving a fake apology, and of course, Mel was left trying to explain herself. Crystal was left trying to explain herself, and that she's like, I said all of you guys' apologies were fake. I didn't say Crystal's. I didn't say Mel's. Anyway, the playback showed she said Mel, and we saw she said Mel. So, girl, everyone is being accused of saying things behind each other's back. And this is where now everyone wants to show that, your friendships are fake, because alliances are being formed and people are trying to break those things apart. The next person to stir the pot was Nonku. Nonku said that Crystal, Crystal, Oh gosh, I wrote all this down, guys. Sorry. Oh yes, she said that Mel mentioned that she's grateful that Crystal has a distraction with Sebastian, and he's gonna give them a break because she's always running after her and running behind her. And look, Crystal is like a dog with a bone when it comes to beef and drama. So Sebastian was a well-needed distraction for her because the ladies were just getting exhausted of her drama. Even the first two episodes was Crystal is beefing with this one, Crystal is upset with this one, Crystal is upset, Crystal needs an apology from this one. Oh, it was getting too much. So even we, the viewers, are grateful for that. And Crystal was like, it's okay, I don't mind being running around after her. She said something like that in those lines in her confessional. Anyways, the bomb that was dropped by Mel about Bev and what Bev thinks and said about Liz and her skin tone, and I mean, Nonku was shocked. I mean, you could tell she's actually rethinking her friendship with Bev. She was like, Lonku's expression was like of, I cannot believe. Lundi and Lassie were just sipping on their water and looking on in shock. Because what? And Bev was caught out on this one, and she had nowhere to hide because she did say that. I mean, it was not caught on camera. I think the reason why she couldn't hide was the fact that it could have been filmed but not aired. You get what I'm saying? And if she did lie about it, receipts would have been pulled up by production. I feel that that's what it was, because she could have really said, no, I didn't say that if there are no cameras up. Me, I would have denied it if I was her. But all the same, she didn't deny it, and Liz was distraught. I mean, calling Liz, saying that Liz shouldn't go or date black men because white women don't do that. And she's always thought of Liz as white. Heavy, guys. Heavy. I don't know where these friendships are gonna go. Definitely, alliances and friendships are fractured at this point. Guys, I'm gonna leave it there for now on my review. I hope you guys will catch my next review for my next episode of Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip. And I'm also watching Real Housewives of Nairobi. But nevertheless, follow me on my other socials, TikTok, IG, Instagram, and X. I will leave the links down in the description below. And I'll say goodbye for now, guys, and catch you later. Bye!